Hey people, Mindred here, 53 Faction War. This is Sycharis Plateau and Imperial Guard versus Chaos Space Marines. For the Blue Guard team, a couple of Inquisitors. This fella's name, I believe, translates to Phantom War. And we have Zulman. These ladies fighting in melee combat with strong offense and control abilities, a bit of support too. Can also get ranged weapons. Alongside, rounding off this team is Anter with a Lord Commissar, strong offense and support. Fighting in melee begins with a shield, the Mordian Iron Guard elite scheme here. Red team, Chaos fellas, ZOXIN with a Plague Champion, starts off with a damage over time bolt gun, can get melee weapons, some strong utility and support, can also repair with the Black Legion here. And rounding off the teams, a couple of Chaos Sorcerers up to no good. We've got Challenger here, the Thousand Suns elite scheme, and Sanguinary Priest Vex with the Night Lords elite scheme. These guys start off in melee combat, powerful control and battlefield manipulation, fighting in melee. I said that already. The Chaos Sorcerers confuse even me. Heretics getting shot to death in the mid and fleeing. It's nice to see Sycharis Plateau being picked. Had to play this a lot back in the retail days because it was one of the retail rotation maps. Very rarely see it played in Elite mod. There is a widely held belief that the southeast corner team, which is blue in this instance, has a slight advantage in terms of distance to points. These heretics are going to die, I think. Maybe. Yeah, they're going to die. Sentinel gets it done. Challenger loses the heretics first engagement. Does have a Eternal War up though in first engagement. Not a whole lot these guys can do. Just going to be tied up by the Inquisitor and shot by a Sentinel. Challenger has not instantly replaced those heretics. I think they should. Plague Champion grabs the northeastern VP. This game, by the way, I think was described as low mid-level maybe. So if that bothers you, go watch another video. More heretics are indeed on the way for Challenger. Sanguinary Priest Vex also lost the heretics, but they have double CSM up. And now Guardsmen need to back away, be wary of the Doom Bolts coming in from this Sorcerer. You can counter it by getting in some good cover. That's not great cover there, just one old ruined post thing. Oh, Lord Commissar just knocks him over and maybe kills him. Might go down. Might be far enough away. Lord Commissar needs to shoot the pistol. Does get the Sorcerer right outside their HQ. Now base turrets coming into it. Should easily get revived from there. Through the mid we see Challenger. Guardsman with Flamer for Zulman, trying to get on the power, I guess. Oh, they got the power. The power is bashed. Heretics wipe again. Those are Challenger's second heretics. They have a Sword of Flame. Decent hit with the Doom Bolts. And the Sentinel getting quite low too. Back to the northeast. Plague Champion on the offensive. A very slow, lumbering offensive. But he's on it. Gonna get the VP, I guess, and decap that wreck point. Nicely done. How many gens we got up? Full gens for the blue team. Red team taking this back, of course. And they have full gens here. Double CSM. Getting way too close to the Sentinel. I think they were trying to get into melee with the Guardsman, but just walked right into a stomp. Here comes a flank though from Challenger with a good Doom Bolts again. But then has to retreat. Noise Marines on the field for Vex with that Sonic Blaster. Shuts down ranged attacks and does some good area of effect damage. Raptors suddenly here from ZOXIN coming to help out. They jump right into a stomp. These guys with 30 DPS melee chainswords suppress you when they land nearby. And that suppression effect does last a few seconds. So if they don't suppress you on the initial landing, they can get close enough to you. And there's like another burst of suppression and get you. Need help top, says Zulman. Helpful Inquisitors, eh? This is Phantom. Seeing off some CSN. They dropped a model. Getting their rec point back. Getting their VP back. And Catachan Devils on the field. Oh, this is one of the new Cadian schemes, I guess. With the backpacks on those Catachans. Yep, they're both using one of the new Cadian recolor scheme things. Well, it's more than a recolor. But there's two different colours of them is what I mean, I believe. Heavy weapon squad on the way for Phantom. Raptors with a good jump, and the Sentinel misses the stomp. Good special. Catechins getting into some power melee. And I mentioned this last time, it's hard to spot at a glance that these are Catechins. I mean, you could pay attention to the indicator, which indicates they have shotguns and they're a detect unit and stuff. And they do have those backpacks. But I think they should take those helmets off them, maybe. Give them the bandanas. It can be tough at a glance to tell that they are Catechin Devils. Crippling volley. That's a crossbow bolt pistol Inquisitor then. More CSM for ZOXIN, by the way. Some Nurgle worship health regen. Although ZOXIN doesn't have any of their units over there, and you can't. Your allies don't benefit from your chaos worship. Maybe they weren't aware of that. Again, on the power, the chaos are kind of creeping across the field here. Sorcerer with the sword of flame needs to get on some infantry. There we go. Might consume consumed one of his chaos space marines. What a nutbag! Challenger does not mess around. Just casually consumes a 66 requisition chaos space marine to get a doom bolts. I guess it healed him a bit as well, but it's generally not something you see being done. Generally they consume heretics, or they don't consume anything. Maybe they consume a very cheap allied infantry unit. We need to push back together, says Zulman. Oh, they are here to benefit from this Nurgle worship, but ZOXIN being in the mid is completely losing the northeast. And the red team are not doing enough with this. They're just kind of standing around. There's a power right here they could be hitting. And they aren't doing it. Sentinel did fall, by the way. Now they're taking shots. Sorcerer that time consumed a heretic. Was it one of their heretics? It was. Hammer of the Witches on the Sorcerer's head. They're very static and sluggish play in the mid from a red team. They really should have been on this power. And they've completely lost the northeast of the map now, which is 2 VPs. Both the natural VPs are up there. There's a massive gap, massive space between the contested VP in the southwest and where the 2 naturals are. Typically you see the end game on Sicaris going to all the players kind of fighting over those natural VPs. Hell Fury Strike, burning alive some CSM, they die. A little bit sloppy there. That was Challenger. They champion with light grenades. Gets back into Nurgle worship range. Yeah, they're just kind of hanging out here. Not really achieving much. They're guarding this wreck point and these wrecked tanks with their life for some reason. Dropping models, shooting up mines. Gen's going down, or up, I guess, for the guard. And double CSM here from Vex to try and shoot them down. And here's Noise Marines. Well, they might get a full bash there. Chimera on the field for Ante. Manticore on the way for Zulman. Ante had a rough spot where they lost most of their units. 495 to 283. The north looking very, very secure and blue. The Raptors died up there. There was a multi-laser turret. Probably Catechins in melee killed them, I guess. Well, I guess. Sorcerer could get a good Doom Bolts here. There's the attempts. Decent hits. Eternal War CSM with Aspiring Champion. Gets a fancy Red Hood. All about the fashion, the Thousand Suns. Tier 2 for everyone now. ZOXIN the last player to get there. Zulman bringing the Manticore forward. Chimera is still here. What is this? Stormtroopers, I guess. From one of the Inquisitor players. That was Phantom bringing them in. A decent dark flames forcing everything back into the Chimera. Did they get a full bash? Oh, they stole the power. Okay. Manticore very far forward now. We do have Plague Marines for Challenger and for Vex. And the Sorcerer can use Plague Marines very well, using his walk to get them into tough to reach places, onto rear armor and stuff. Plague Marines have a snaring missile launcher and damage over time bolt guns. And a bunch of health and health regen. It's a decent grenade throw. Can't stand there, fellas. Are they going to be alright? They aren't. Those guys whacked from that grenade throw. Double cap here for the blue team. Red team wasted too much time just sitting in the mid, doing basically nothing. And ZOXIN needs help in the northeast. Manticore strike going off in the mid, but let's see this. Flanking the turrets. There's 3 multi-laser turrets and a heavy weapon squad here. Another one going up to cover this approach, I guess. It's not actually far forward enough to shoot them. Some grenade launchers poking. This is Challenger helping out, I think. Yep, Plague Marines here too. Where is ZOXIN CSM? They're running from the mid. Dreadnought on the way. Chaos Dreadnought, I should say. Stormtroopers getting messed up by a Noise Marine Sonic Blaster. Ouch. Double CSM there as well. Trying to force melee combat with the Noise Marines, and I think it might have done enough there. Kicked him a few times and got the kill. Triple cap for blue team though. These guys should get the VP down here. And they are picking through the top slowly. Looks like this turret was never completed maybe. It's not firing. Oh, there's a sail from the Excruciators. Isn't it channeled ability? She was not channeling it, and they were still assailed there. Dark Flames should make short work of the turret, and a missile goes in as well. Single cap for blue, massive VP lead. Red team need to get their arse in gear. They're taking the southwest. Should get their natural back here. Where's the Doom Bolts? Didn't need it. Just some bolt pistol shots got them out of there. Get on the VP. There we go. Plague Marines are on it. They have 2 gens on the power. Dreadnought now in the mid, thanks to ZOXIN with the default autocannon and scary looking claw loadout. Here are those Catachans. Also has an underslung twin linked heavy bolter, or maybe just a regular bolter, or a combi bolter or something underneath the Chaos Dreadnought, which does decent DPS these days. Was buffed in Elite mod years and years and years ago. Another Chaos Dreadnought on the way for Challenger. Ante has Ogrins and a Primaris Psyker, which is fun. Could use the telekinetic dome to support the Ogrins in melee kind of thing. Lord Commissar with the flak jacket for Inspired Terror. Manticore strike. Well, it's going to be a good hit on these fellas, maybe. One of them hit okay. This Dreadnought is really far forward. Now we have a Bile Spewer Plague Champion. Can make short work of those gens if they want to get on them. There's that Bilious Discharge, but it's messing with their own Sorcerer at the moment. No war gear on Vex's Sorcerer, by the way. They do have a tank, though. Ogrins are standing around idle. Ante not paying attention to these guys. Their Ripper guns need to be smacked against the tank, not try to shoot it. And here comes double CSM to help. Taking lots of free shots here. Ante is busy watching this, I guess. Lord Commissar with a power claw now. Ogrins then run away. Where's the Psyker? Oh, they're inside the Chimera, I guess. Any marks for the Dreadnoughts? No. Red team did get the natural VP back, and they are slowly creeping across the north of the map. These heretics should be doing more here. Lots of stuff to be capping, Mr. Challenger. They grab that wreck point in the mid. Kicking off towards the southwest. Some missile shots in for the Plague Marines, taking those psychic attacks from the Psyker. Here's the tank. Not a whole lot the Psyker can do against this. Xenos Power Claw could go in though on it. Some Zinchian worship. Gonna lose the Chimera. Down it goes. 475 to 57. 2-1 for Red Team. Can they mount a comeback here? Tier 3 for Zulman. Vex already there, of course. And they get rid of the Commissar. They could maybe get a quick bash here. The mines won't go off if they are spotted by something, unless you purposefully shoot them, of course. Can drop mines and then set them all off with a Manticore Strike, which can be particularly nasty. Hadachans out, so bunched up, taking big shots from the tank, having to run. Zulman's off the field now, and red team have creeped across to the natural VP of the blue team, killing some stuff along the way. They've left this wreck point cap though, fully matured. Map is looking quite red now. Go as 3, asks Zulman. More Ogrins for Ante. And here's the Primaris Psycho. Oh hey, I can see this thing. Diviner's Foresight. Allows a Psycho to switch between using health or energy. And it does give him more energy and energy regen. Passively. Helps him to channel Strip Soul for longer. Which is handy. 406 to 57. Doom Bolts was pretty good. Decent grenade is there as well. He's a fully upgraded guardsman. Lake Marine's getting crippling volleyed, and then Hammer of the Witches. Lad's kind of getting shots on Dreadnought. Dreadnought needs to back away here. Can they get the Chimera though? Another Dreadnought comes in. Hell Fury drop. The Chimera does go down. They're going to get this Chaos Dread though of Challenger. Just kind of sat there taking shots. Lord Commissar getting in on this Chaos Dreadnought to make sure it can't fire its weapon. And Ogrins are going to join them. And these guys with their heavy melee should do very good work against this thing. There's the telekinetic dome. Don't think it's going to be super useful there. And this Dreadnought does not have melee resistance. Down goes the Plague Champion. Tank in a slightly awkward position, being chased by Ogrins, and has some more on the other side. I think they are going to get this Dreadnought here. Triple cap for red. Ogrins, a few more hits. He should get it. They don't do a huge amount of damage per hit, Ogrins, because they attack really quickly, which does make them slightly worse at chasing vehicles and stuff where you want to get a lot of damage on a single hit. Phantom War goes tier 3. Tier 3 all round for the Chaos fellas. Heretics are going to wipe here. Tank getting a lot of shots in though. That was Strip Soul, I think we saw there for a second from the Psycho. 241 to 57 on the VP. Still a triple cap. Blue team are really boxed in here. Look at the map. It's so very red. Ogrins need to run. Sorcerer's on them. And going for Icon of Zinch now, Vex. Las Cannon tried to shoot the Sorcerer's head off and might die to tank shots. Should die to... There we go. Tank shots gets it down. More gens rebought. Still a triple cap. These guys, there's cover right there, fellas, that you could use. Nope. Not interested. Just shoot stuff for chaos. Level 3 Michael Zinch on those guys. This tank has done a hell of a lot of work for Vex with the Mark of Corn. Uh-oh, Manticore. Think it's out of it? Yeah. Mark of Corn basically just buffs the damage of all the guns. Sorcerer's going to get a bunch of XP for reviving here. I don't have AV, said Zulman. Oh, they got Lehman Russ on the way now, though. What was that? Plane that we just saw. It caught the end of it. What was it dropping? I don't see a bunker. I don't see mines. Oh, it did drop the mines right here, dumbass. I can see stuff good. Predator's almost level 4. Double cap for red. Blue team maybe trying to break out here. They're going to get to the south, I think. They're going to get to the southwest. Nothing here to stop them. Lots of DPS on the Inquisitor though, and they might get their natural capped anyway. Go bot, says Zulman. Oh, top. Apparently. Ante's down here. Phantom Moor is down to a single squad of guardsmen. And a great unclean one's on the way for ZOXIN. It's going to be very close. 90 to 57, double cap for red. There's that telekinetic dome. Providing some damage resist. Also gives you a melee skill bonus. I think it's plus 10. That's nicely done. Crippling volley into the Manticore. Couldn't quite get the tank. And the tank leaves. Needs to just keep on moving. And repair up. Oh, there's another tank. This is Challengers. And it's also Mark of Corn. Lehman Russ coming in. Going for Vanquisher. Anti-large target. Very long range. 61 to 57. VPs are going to even up in a second. Oh, they got the tank. Ogren's got on the rear armor there. With help from the Leman Russ, I guess. But the Plague Marines are going after it. Level 3 Plague Marines too. Ogryns need to get on them. These Ogryns are really damaged though. Where is the Lord Commissar? Looking after the southwest, I guess. Aura of Discipline would really help out here. Red team hanging on to this 2-1. They seem very determined to keep this power locked down here. Which I guess is helping stop the blue team getting more stuff out in tier 3. Full gens here. Are they being built? Yeah. They're not up yet. Mines dropped in. Spotted by the heretics though. And the Sorcerer got assailed to death. More repairs for this level 4 Chaos Predator. And here is the Great Unclean One. Might get himself into all sorts of trouble here. Maybe one of the Sorcerers can help it out if they pay attention. And warp it to safety. Another Great Unclean One on the way for Vex. And Terminators now for Challenger. 41 to 40. Double cap though for the Guard. They're going to get a triple, I think. Red team focusing way too much on the mid here. Need to get on those VPs, fellas. They haven't even bothered going southwest, I don't think. Level 2 Primaris Psyker. Level 3 Chaos Space Marines. And level 3 Chaos Space Marines. Commissar uses the shield to get in. There's that ethereal wave. Oh, looks like he used health for that. Oh, they got it. Triple cap at the end. I think there's maybe a bug with the Psyker. I think it was maybe Anta that told me about it, where you can't turn off this thing, this Diviner's Foresight thing. You can't switch back to using energy. Not sure how common it is though. But they won. Triple cap at the end. Chaos way too preoccupied with killing stuff in the middle of the map. The level 3 Inquisitor here. Excruciators and crossbow bolt pistol. The same for Zulman, they were level 7. And Tears Lord Commissar level 4. Grabbed that VP at the bottom, didn't lose it. ZOXIN the Plague Champion level 6. And the Sorcerers level 6 and level 3. There you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Big thanks to these players for playing a faction war and sending it in. I believe it was Ante. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.